That's how Spotify is like brainwashing you to think that Meg Thee Stallion is like the most popular rapper in the world.
That's where you guys would know more.
They give her the awards. They put her on magazine covers. They're trying to convince you that she's that popular.
Clinton the other day.
I know.
Did you see that shit?
Crazy. Why isn't Lil Baby talking to Bill Clinton?
Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
Rest in the part. What do we got? New York here. What is this?
Oh, this is my boy Desto Dub's clothing line. Awful lot of cough syrup. You ever drank lean?
No.
No, stay away from it. It's terrible for you. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it not a good time?
You look like you're into it.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
You would love it, but no, it'll put you in the hospital. But yeah, we're out here doing the No Jumper Live podcast on Tuesday at Gramercy Theater.
Oh wow!
With me and these two busters,
dude. That's no joke.
AD and Lil House Phone.
Yes, sir.
AKA my black friends.
That's so crazy.
The only black dudes who will hang out with me.
Don't you kind of think though? I know the joke is always like some fucking racist piece of shit asshole, whatever. But they're like, I have black friends. Like, if someone has a bunch of black friends, I do think that matters.
Yeah, and that's why I have them around, so people can't call me racist.
Well, it doesn't make any better that you got black friends and you bring them to a KFC podcast. So I'm just saying.
Okay, wait. Have you counted how many black friends you have?
I have not counted them. No,
because it would be depressingly low.
But I could
pretty
quickly,
two
bro.
nigga, three nigga, four.
We need to diversify your lifestyle.
Here's the thing. I grew up. I was born in the Bronx. I played basketball with a bunch of dudes who was like I was probably like through 7th grade. I was the white kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? I grew up with a bunch of Puerto Ricans and black guys. Yeah.
That's how I feel right now.
Is that you feel every day
on this trip?
And then after that, I went like full cream cheese white. Like it's just the way, I don't know how it all played out.
You guys are actually outnumbering us. It's only me and AD, and it's you, Trev, and Josh.
No, but we're at Barstool.
We're dealing with it.
I haven't seen no faces here.
Oh yeah, no. Right now you're outnumbered, bro.
They're outsized personalities, though.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They like take over the room and start farting and like.
Well, that's also.
Weird
I mean,
shit.
that's also. I feel just like black people are cooler than white people. It's just a fact. So
I'm not going to disagree. You said it, KFC.
Not these ones.
Yeah, I won't disagree.
Maybe like Gunna. I don't know about them.
Well, I mean, you're I mean, your whole world is fucking wild, man. What do you guys think of this dude's life? Because when I talk to him,
it disgusts me every time I think about it.
I mean, like
you're obsessed with my porn career.
I envy him. I envy him a little bit, but then at the same time, it's like you're also a sick fuck. And like we couldn't get that shit going. But
no, I mean you're crazy.
Wait,
you got some issues.
Okay,
right?
Listen. As someone who has known him for a very long time, like seeing his progression has been fucking beautiful.
How long have you known him?
Shit, since like 2015, 2016.
He used to be my coke dealer during the early SoundCloud era.
Okay.
I wasn't going to say all that.
2015.
So, all right, how do you go?
Even saying coke dealer is an exaggeration, though. We were just kind of like occasionally.
We're doing it together.
Coke provider is better.
Yeah, coke provider.
Calling it dealing is like giving too much respect.
Yeah, not like
we're definitely doing it together.
That's like what the cartel does. They're dealing. You were just sort of supplying.
Yeah. I was serving myself. So.
Right, it's just like you have some investments to pay for your mortgage.
Is there like a Barstool coke dealer? There's like a guy that comes to mind where like everybody hits him up. Is it Dave? No. Okay.
It would not be Dave, but I'm sure there's some shared acquaintances at Barstool. Yeah,
there's got to be.
I don't know.
Why is there some
for
random
sure.
mustard on like next to you?
This podcast is sponsored by Heinz.
It's crazy.
Have you ever had bagel with mustard?
No.
It's fucking fire, and
you
that's
know
why I
what?
have this shit.
I wouldn't put it past you.
Because here's the thing, though. Think about it. Have you ever had a soft pretzel with mustard?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing as a bagel, just
Yeah.
wrapped up.
I felt that. I respect that.
Technically, yes.
I'm
is there
telling
any-
you, just try it. You'll be like,
But
You
you
don't have
got-
a bagel around.
no, that's the thing. Usually, where are the bagels, by the way? It's Bagel Monday, no?
Bagels today. I wanted to go get
Usually
one.
on Monday we have a whole bunch of bagels.
You could put any condiment on any piece of carbohydrate, and it's gonna work out if you
That's pretty
finesse
much
it
true.
right.
Bagel,
you know?
no.
Yeah.
I don't
Also think
I don't
about,
want
like,
like
if-
mustard potatoes though. That sounds weird.
Mustard on potatoes.
But I'm sure
Potatoes
you
are-
could do it.
Maybe.
Potatoes. That would be more like a ketchup thing. Right? It was like French fries, potatoes, all that goes with ketchup.
I'm a ketchup
Wait,
guy.
he said
with
you can put
everything.
any condiment on any carb.
Yeah, but potatoes are more of a starch, right?
Okay.
But if you give me a bagel, cut it in half, and you spread any of the world's condiments on it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be.
How about
feeling
this? I want to start the movement of like buffalo
Bagels.
cream cheese on your bagel.
That
sounds
sounds
fucking
fire.
Fire.
That sounds good.
Right? Because the cream cheese, kind of like the blue
Give me
cheese.
some spicy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a diet for like the past month, so I haven't really had a bagel in a while. So you're kind of triggering me.
What are you dieting for?
trying to look hot.
Getting too fat and fucking on camera.
Yeah.
That's got to be tough. You got to like worry about how you look.
All of a sudden, I'm like, no, I need body dysmorphia.
Did you?
I'm courting it.
When I first stared at Barstool and like all of a sudden had like
They
a
told
public.
you needed to lose weight.
Well, no, but like the fans did. Like
really?
for my whole life, I'm 25 at the time,
Right.
and at that point early on, we didn't put our faces or like you didn't know who we were. It was all just behind like
audio.
Yeah, actually, in the very beginning, it was fucking written. We were like
Right.
blogging, and then once we started to do videos or put pictures up. All of a sudden, people are like, you're balding, you're fat, you're this, you're that. I never worried about a fucking thing. I had me and my friends, we would clown each other a little bit, but nobody,
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, shit, what do I do?
Told him the same thing.
Yeah.
But
No.
also different when you're fucking on
5
camera.
transplants later, and here we have the dude.
2 hair transplants.
My girl
buddy.
told me I was
Did you?
balding
You
the
got
other
it?
day.
Yeah,
I got
2 of
scared as
It
fuck.
looks fucking natural, though.
Yeah, but
You got it up front or in the back or all of it?
2 of them in the front.
He was scared to tell us for so long. And I'm
He
like,
didn't tell
bro,
us for years.
I wasn't scared.
Well, 'cause you're gonna get
I could
clowned.
get away
No,
with
it's
it.
nothing to clown for.
I got away with it for like 10 years and they
Yeah.
didn't know.
When you used to have your head shaved, no?
Yeah.
And then you got
That was
when he was
prior.
because you were
Nazi.
balding.
Yeah.
Neo-Nazi.
No, I was a Nazi at the time too. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean the shaved head and the tats. You're going down a
yeah.
fucking dark
No, I
alley.
was definitely pretty aggressive looking. Like I couldn't afford to be in a bad mood when I had the shaved head because it was like
Yeah.
I just looked so fucking aggressive
Menacing, bro.
that if I was just kind of like this, I would just
Yeah.
look like I
And
was
you
about to
wore
shoot the
white
building
beaters.
up.
For real.
I love those.
Like wife beaters and a shaved head is like.
Show off
Yeah,
the
you look
shoulders.
like you're about to fucking
Yeah.
shoot the place up.
I seen
Anyway.
you wear a white beater once.
We got to talk about this. He's from Compton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy place.
I mean,
I'm a man just like anyone else, Adam.
indeed, crazy place. You said it, not me, man. Well, you know what's funny is at the end of the day, all of this shit I think is kind of nerdy. Podcasting.
Compton?
Well, that's what's funny to be a Coke provider or from Compton. It's like in our world. It's like, yeah, I'm worried about how many followers I've got and what's the, how many downloads
I'm worried about that
and all
too.
that shit. But that's what's funny is like when you come from a whole other world where, you're not doing all that nerdy shit, but all of a sudden you guys have this success and you have to start worrying about it. It's just a funny,
Dynamic.
dynamic between the two.
Definitely.
Like when you're growing up in Compton, I don't think you're worried about your downloads and your retention rate or all that
were
kind
you?
of shit.
We're
you know
not
what
worried
I mean?
about mustard on bagels. I'll tell you that.
That's
no,
some
but
white people shit.
the thing is
Give it a
that
try, man. I'm telling
I'm
you.
gonna try.
I'm gonna give it a try.
AD
If you
is
had the
playing-
bagels here, I would make you eat them right now.
he's giving back and he's going to actually open an anime fan store in Compton.
No,
Where
I'm
you can
not.
like, he's gonna do like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon Go, card collecting.
So wait,
everything.
how did you two link up then? You
not
were the Coke
Pokemon
provider.
Go.
You were what?
Oh, I started extorting them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah.
He's got like we have like a 6ix9ine type relationship thing going on where it's like, yeah, he sort of is like incubating
This is
me in
smart
his
of me.
gang.
You
Yeah.
ever take me on a Barstool
Yeah, yeah.
podcast?
Bring me to Barstool.
Yeah.
Introduce me to
I'm throwing you off the
KFC
building.
on a Monday morning. Everybody thought I was on like Adderall or whatever last time I was here because I really was like pounding like multiple iced coffees because I just got off the flight.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, somebody's always got a fucking comment, man.
Probably a bunch of people here are on Adderall too. So.
Yeah.
All of them. I mean,
That's a big
all
thing
the time.
here.
Open.
Who's the
Yeah,
Adderall
yeah.
dealer?
I don't know the dealers, but I know the yeah. You ready? It sounds like you are here for business purposes.
That's smart.
I think this is networking for
I'm about to take over.
The Barstool Rico.
take the whole fucking place down, man. That's what we were joking around
Wait,
the
so
other day about the.
You got fried chicken around here? Or
no,
is
that's
it-
just
you
it's a common misconception. It's just my initials, and everybody wants
What's your
chicken when
name?
they show up. Kevin Francis Clancy. So when I first started, like I said,
You sound like a fucking actor.
Let's call you KC.
yeah, I don't know why.
KFC.
First of all, I don't know why my parents fucking named me that. And then second of all, when we were first starting out, I had a different job. I had a desk job, so I didn't want to get fired, so I had to kind of keep it like a fake name, but as close as I get while still being like under the cover.
You should add like a little wing or something to your logo.
Well,
Little-
the
little
thing is,
chicken
the
wing.
name sucks.
You
It's
don't
a
like
bad
it?
name,
Nah.
but it's also come back around now. Like, I hate it because when I first started, I just was
Haven't you been doing this for
trying to-
that long?
10 years.
But have you
when I first
never had
started,
them
I-
hit you up like a lawsuit idea or anything?
No.
No,
But
okay,
I've also
that's
never they've never hit me up to do like a fucking,
Collab, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
I mean,
ever
it's
dressed up as
perfect
Colonel
sense.
Sanders for Halloween?
I have. Yep, I did.
That's crazy that Jack Harlow got a collab with them like 1 year in the
I
game.
was fucking furious,
Yeah.
man. I was like, this is bullshit, man.
Don't feel bad because I had like as a black man
Oh
an
my
obsession with Arby's,
Yeah.
and like I had them. I made this whole campaign
He wore a meat suit.
Yeah, no, they sent me
you got
a
the
meat
meats.
suit.
They
They gave me a letter.
Well, they didn't
gave
give
Pusha T.
Then
Because
Pusha
they
T gets the
endorsement.
Arby's deal. He gets left with just a meat
that's
suit.
right.
All he had was a
Yeah,
meat
that
suit to
fucking-
show for it.
in a letter.
He honestly sent thousands of people to Arby's.
Yeah,
if
but
we're
that's the
being
thing.
honest.
They got you. They're not going to pay you. You're already doing it for free.
He created a whole merch campaign called Blacks for Arby's,
Nah,
trying to
for real.
raise awareness
No,
of
really.
Arby's in the
No,
black community.
I understand why they can't do that, but that's fucking very funny and very
I
real.
even went to the club and had them, instead of bottles, bring out Arby's sandwiches.
No way.
And that's what made them hit me up.
At Lock and Key, right?
That's fucking funny. That's a
You're a
move right
fucking
there. That's
sicko,
the real
bro.
shit that they should promote and push. But
Yeah.
Blacks for
It
Arby's
would've been
probably
s-
not going to fly at the executive
I'm
level.
gonna make
I
a new one
felt
right
that.
now. Blacks for KFC.
It would have been it would have been so dope to see the homie get a fucking
I just wanted a
KFC
commercial.
endorsement.
Well, I usually have another co-host. He's flying right now. He loves Sour Patch Kids. And
you know them shits gave you cancer. They just said, right?
Okay, don't say that.
brother.
Sorry, Pat,
Just
I'm
said
with
that.
you.
brother, if that's the case, my man's going to get a whole lot of cancer.
Who
I
said
love
that?
He got a tat
Who
though.
told you that?
It was like some new study that came
I do
out.
think that they're probably like the worst thing that you could eat.
I mean,
so I am
it's
prone
like
to
some
believe that.
synthetic
Yeah.
fucking.
Like
I
I
mean,
couldn't
they said
think
the
of
same thing
anything
about
less
Skittles.
like actual food.
Yeah,
right?
it's not organic. It's not real. Would you say Skittle?
They said the same thing. Listen.
Oh,
Skittles
Skittles
and
tastes
Sour
good is bad
Patch.
for you.
anything
You're gonna
tastes
get
good,
cancer. from it.
Let's keep it G.
Yeah.
They said, "Oh, that's about Celsius." I'm like, I like Celsius. You gotta
Nah,
pick
that
your
shit had me
own-
feeling like cracked out, bro. What the fuck? You
I
talking about
like
the
it.
energy drink?
Yeah, Celsius.
Nigga.
You ever have that?
No,
I think it was making me pre-cum.
What?
Yeah.
Celsius?
You drink a fucking energy drink, you just start pre-coming? Were you hard?
Like I was like
Just a sick guy.
jerking off and
Something's
like
wrong with him, right?
noticing that the cum was coming out like early. And then I fucking Googled and I found out that they've done tests of like energy drinks on rats and that like it affects
coming.
their sperm concentration, which is pretty
the
much like
fuck?
that thing. So I feel
Some
like
shit that only Adam would Google.
it might actually be real.
Well, that's why we just drink body armor here. Water
yeah, no,
keeps
this
you
is great,
fucking yeah.
My
Keep you
body is
hydrated.
literally armored with this water. I was pouring it all over myself earlier.
Beautiful.
He got a tattoo of a Sour Patch Kid on his body, and everyone's always like, why don't they
What color?
advertise with you? I don't know. I think it's just the outline of one. But they're like, why don't you advertise with him? And they're sitting at home at the offices going, we already do advertise with him. We don't pay him shit. He's got his fucking our logo tatted on him. He's talking about us all the time. Why are we gonna give you
Corporations
money?
pay people to advertise products they don't use usually.
Yeah, right.
Not-
It's
not-
like we're
not
trying
body
to,
armor,
trying to
but
get in
other
into
ones.
that demo or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Y'all sit at home and drink this piggy bag whiskey.
this shit is the real deal. This is our biggest sponsor, and the
Whistle
like,
Pig.
Whistle Pig is like very high quality without being like $1 zillion. Like when they called up and were like, we want to sponsor you, it was like I didn't believe it in the first place. They don't need help moving bottles at all.
You had
but apparently they do.
already like
We already drank
tried
it. Like
this?
Whistle
Okay.
Pig is already like the whiskey we all drank. If you
that's
want some,
fire.
we can have some.
I would totally drink it if it wasn't 11 in the morning
Yeah.
on a Monday.
If it wasn't so early.
I didn't know how you
yeah.
guys get down. I'm not sure what the
I don't drink no more, so
Yeah, he
At
had
all?
to
You're
quit
sober?
drinking.
how long?
His heart was about to explode.
been almost 2. It's been a year and a half, almost 2 years.
I can't
Like
believe
full
it's
blown.
been
You don't
long,
touch it
I just do
anymore.
a little wine now. That's it.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
at dinner
yeah.
and stuff.
Were you a partier before?
Oh,
Drank a lot. Yeah.
Before I knew who the Milk Boys was, he would call me a black Milk Boy.
Yeah.
bro. That's fucking funny because that's true.
Yeah.
Most
Jesus.
things I usually are, right? So, in general, you last time we talked, you said you kind of keep Plug Talk very separate from No Jumper.
I don't fuck in
and
front of these guys. Yeah,
I would hope not.
I would love to.
It's kind of.
but I don't.
Have you watched him?
No.
Fuck
watched
no.
him?
No.
You lying?
No.
No.
I mean,
I
like,
feel like I mean,
stumbled
like I've
on
seen it,
before.
but oh,
I've definitely been
The
on-
truth comes
by
out.
accident. Whoops! I'm watching my boy fuck
was-
on camera.
I was
The
on
truth
Twitter one
comes
day.
out.
And I see the homie's dick, and I'm like, this is disgusting.
Bro,
and I just
everybody,
swipe up.
everybody,
Hell yeah.
I think everybody that we work with seen that video of you getting your ass ate from like both angles or some shit.
Why? Why would they
It
want to
was
see
on
that?
Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
So I think all the time. I've usually said on the record, I'll watch anybody fuck. Not that I want to jerk off to it or whatever. It's just like if you tell
You
me
like to
there's a
send 'em-
sex tape video, sex tape of somebody, I want to look at it. I want to see
You
what
like the
happened.
cinematography
But-
or what?
Just morbid curiosity of like, what does that person fuck like?
Right.
But then somebody said, would you watch Dave's? And I was like, well, this is before the whole fucking world saw that.
Right.
Federal crime. But I was like, nah, that's where I would draw the line. Like, I don't want to see that.
Right.
So
Yeah. See,
in
like
this
I know,
case, you guys all work together.
I know
you're
that's
running
out
the
there,
operation.
Dave, and
Yeah.
I never thought about seeking it out.
You never seen it?
No.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But I would like to,
So,
I guess if it was on, I wouldn't look away. But also, like, the idea of, like, Googling it and spending, like, 3 minutes skipping through it, like, I don't know.
See, I feel like I would do it, again, just to, like, clown you,
Yeah.
like, to find some material.
Oh, if they had sex tapes, for sure, I would watch it.
So then
I
what
would
are
be
you saying?
freeze framing every second of it,
So why
making
don't you
fun of
guys
you in
do
the
that
group
to him?
chat.
He's like a porn sports analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he always like he breaks down every scene and the angle.
You got that, like, the editor mind of that
Well,
shit.
a lot of people.
attributes.
I did an
Like,
interview the other
I
day with this dude Dredd, who has like the world's biggest
See, here
dick.
we go.
He's a
Okay.
porn star,
Jeez.
and
Do you
he.
know how much he talks about this?
I
guy?
was talking about him as if he was like
Michael
Mike
Jackson.
Tyson,
Right,
like as
right,
if he's like the
Yep.
greatest athlete of his kind ever, which he basically is. And I mean, to
you
me,
appreciate greatness.
porn is a huge thing. Like porn is way bigger
The
than
biggest.
like football or fucking basketball or whatever. It's just that if you like basketball, you'll like wear a basketball jersey and like talk about it and
not
tweet
gonna
about it.
porn
But like
fucking-
99% of people who fuck with porn just don't talk about
That's
it.
why, I mean, we talk about it a lot on the podcast. We clown around about it, and people who hate us will be like, all you guys do is talk about porn. And I'm like, well, it's the one thing that I can pretty much guarantee everybody can relate to.
the great
You know what I mean?
equalizer.
Somebody-
Like, a lot of people watch sports, but not everybody. And
But
a lot
these
of people
guys
like
have,
music,
like-
but not this kind.
They
And
have like a
everybody
brain
watches
disease where they just like bring up the porn thing constantly, and then they accuse me of bringing it up.
You
somebody
do it every
somebody
day.
make me a Violet Myers
No.
jersey. I'll wear it tomorrow.
Let me tell you the type of stuff that he does.
What's that?
So it could be a random day. I'm just eating a bagel with mustard, and he'll send me
He'll
someone's
send
dick.
Dred's dick in the
Yeah,
fucking
in
group
the
chat.
group
And you'll be like, look at this, like, wow, look at this
And
greatness.
he's like, "Do you guys recognize how good of a specimen this is?" And we're like, "Bro, we don't want to hear about this shit." In the fucking
That's
I
not
just saw
true.
it. That
keep the
thing is-
dick to yourself.
I was fucking a girl, and I wanted to show them the girl, and so I sent them a picture of her. And yes, she did happen to have Dred's dick in her mouth, but I mean, whatever. That was just for
She had a
scale.
whole elephant
I just
trunk
wanted to
sitting on her
show.
shoulder.
Yeah, that shit is
I wasn't saying look how big his dick is. I was saying look how small her head is.
I'm eating my oatmeal in the morning, and this nigga sends me an elephant trunk on top of this bitch's shoulder. Like,
It's
okay.
like one of those snakes, Britney Spears holding that shit
What?
on her fucking neck.
If I did that to you in a white group chat, you wouldn't think it was that out of the ordinary, right?
No, because
Boom!
white
In a
guys,
white-
Proof.
Yes.
You guys are weird.
white guys
Shout out
have
to
like
KFC.
white guys are especially if like
In a
they're
white
like
group
hockey
chat.
players, some baseball players. There are certain groups, but in general, white guys are definitely a little more like.
No, I just
funny
need
with
to
the
meet
gay
the
shit,
cool
you
black
know?
dudes because think about fucking Eliza getting banged by 7 black dudes from the Suns.
That was unbelievable.
I need those dudes in my group chat. It would be down for some freaky shit.
I still don't think that they'll be like cool with you sending dicks and
For sure,
shit like that
they're
at breakfast.
fucking
They're
in front
fucking
of each
yeah.
other. They're like
they
the
don't
Suns
give a
are like a gangbang team.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's like they play basketball second. The
Yeah,
first
yeah,
thing they
yeah,
do
yeah.
is
Basketball
They
is
gangbang.
just
almost
like-
won the championship that year too.
Yeah, man,
She
that
probably
was-
took them all the way.
That was a
Her
story,
vagina
man.
elevated them to the next
That's
level.
team building.
When that hit, you must have been so happy.
It was
like that's one of those
insane.
as is coming out of her mouth on the show. You're
Rouge
like,
McDuck.
yes.
No, because
Yeah.
it came out and it was
For
like,
her, too.
It wasn't like stupid viral at first. It was like 150K, 200K,
viral.
whatever. And then somebody put the video on Twitter and the shit had like 10 million views within a
Yep.
couple days and it
Yep.
became like one of our biggest things.
And,
yeah.
but again, that's because like with the porn thing, it's like you can't sponsors can't fuck with that or whatever. But that's what people are gonna want to hear. Those are the stories they want to fucking hear. That chick. I mean, as for what we do, when I'm looking through like the internet to try to find whatever I'm talking about for
Yeah.
the day. That was like
But
gift from God.
It-
Job's done.
If you think about it though too, like I've had a bunch of porn girls on the show like talking about like, oh, I had a stomach ache one time because I swallowed 12 dudes jizz in a row, yada yada. But then Eliza, like it was just the way she was talking about it. Like she just
she
did
was
that out of
fucking-
pure passion. She's pregnant right now. She's about to have
Yeah.
a baby. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I was gonna say once you get her on Plug Talk, it'll be a full.
No,
circle.
she bailed. We were supposed to with her one time. You're totally forgetting this whole storyline where
No,
she
no.
fucking bailed on us.
No, no, I remember.
I remember, dude. I did.
I'm just still having faith that you'll get it in there one day.
She's pregnant now.
Wait, 9 months.
She's wiped up. I'm sure they're going to be together forever.
She's not wiped up.
Yeah, I never even
That
seen the
that
dude.
is a girl. She's never gonna be wiped up.
They
man.
said it was Future's baby.
I doubt it.
That-
I highly doubt it, but
I doubt it.
But also, would it be
Great
that big of
rumor.
a surprise?
Yeah, Eliza, I don't
listen,
want
You just
if
dropped a
anybody
crazy
says-
rumor right now.
Anybody tells me that Future might be the father, I'd be like, okay.
There's been multiple-
there's always a possibility
Wow,
that
why?
Future.
there's been
I wonder
multiple
why that
times
is,
where
huh?
she called me and
got like
was
50,000 baby moms.
she calls me and says this super famous rapper just nutted inside me.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise you,
These
right?
dudes are sick fucks,
Yeah.
savages. That's insane.
You wouldn't none inside of her?
What?
He would.
Yes, you would.
I went my whole life never having nutted inside a girl until my girl and I decided to have a kid.
Are you joking?
That's why I never got a bitch pregnant.
Really?
That's why I didn't have a
Wow.
kid at 18 like certain people here.
Come on, 19. Give him credit, man. Yeah, man. That I don't think I believe that though. Never once.
No, a couple
Yeah,
times,
that's what I'm
because they were
saying.
on birth control and I was
Yeah.
fucking them for a long period of time.
Yeah,
but like,
that's what I'm
only
saying,
only
bro.
a couple.
But it does
Don't
feel.
ask me
I
that.
remember when my friends were doing that. I'd be like, dude, that is the thing that you do to get somebody pregnant. What are you
Yeah.
whispering about over there? What'd you say?
I just
Plan
bought a
Bs.
Plan B last night.
Yeah. Thank God. Shout out to Plan B. That's a sponsor we should all
They need
have
to
on our
not
shows,
take that
right?
away.
Yeah,
Keep
that needs to stay.
He bought a Plan B for a dude.
does
That's how
that mean?
diluted he
Yeah.
is.
What do you mean?
No, he fucked
Yeah.
a dude and bought him a Plan B.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I remember when I did my video about Eliza and I recapped that
Oh
story.
yeah, that's how we met. I forgot. Yeah. Wow.
Well, and then I saw a DM from her. I mean, I wasn't the nicest to her in some of the things I said.
Yeah,
I
what'd you
see-
say?
Was she trying to get you to?
Well, no, but I saw I see the DM and I see it from her and I was like, oh, fuck.
No.
Because the worst part about getting successful is all the shit that you talk now gets back to the people you're talking shit about.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I used to love it when I was like basically a troll, you know.
Found that out many times.
Yeah, but see the message, I'm like, fuck, and I open it, and she was like, "Can you at least tag me in this video?" And she just wanted the fucking
Right.
all the
Just
clout
wanted
and
the
followers.
juice.
I was like, "You are a real one. You
Well,
you don't give a." That girl. A lot of people say they don't give a fuck. That girl does not
You don't
give
give
a
a
fuck.
But she had the unfortunate shit of like getting her Instagram deleted like 14 times
yeah,
right
shit,
after she blew
yeah.
up. She would probably have like 1 million followers and have like a
Hands
whole
down,
little
man.
business selling
I hate
promo
that
and all
shit,
this
man.
shit, but then she just got deleted a million
You got to
times.
play by the rules. With
I don't
that
know
shit,
what.
and
Yeah,
it
I don't know what she
sucks.
did. Probably something
Bro, you
retarded.
like shadow banned on that shit?
I think I'm alright.
You good?
Yeah,
Because
But she would send me videos of her with just her face buried so deep in some dude's asshole.
That's like her thing.
Like,
right?
oh, I just came home from the club. Look at this video, and it's like the dude filming it. She's in his asshole. The other dude beating it up from behind. It looks like a porno shoot, but this is literally
just
just
like-
dudes she met at the club.
Friday
she
night.
just married.
Yeah, crazy.
Legend.
She was
Yeah,
sending
no,
that.
she
She
is.
was sending to all of us individually.
She's a
too.
warrior.
That's the crazy. part.
And then she said she was too nervous to do plug talk.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And yeah, we would all be getting the same videos and like yo,
You're nervous
Eliza
to do
sent me a
what?
crazy video, and everybody else is like, you got that too?
That was such a genuine. She's a warrior, man.
She's a warrior.
Like we're talking about her, like she's an NFL veteran who
Nah, she's
retired
cold.
after 15 years. Like,
She's cold. Honestly, she's really beautiful and she really can sing. Her voice is fucking amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
Singing to this dig.
she scares me. To be perfectly honest, that's a girl that
scares you.
That yeah, like as
What's scary about
I think
her?
me and a lot of my white friends would be full blown afraid of her.
You'd be scared
Why?
to fuck.
Yeah, I mean she's
Break down
just
the.
fucking.
She might
the
bite
whole
the tip off.
package. Yeah, that's a girl like I'm not
She's not
fucking
a
her. She's
demon.
fucking me. Well, speaking of, there's that demon
girl.
demon
There you
girl.
go.
I just saw that. That's a good segue. I just saw that clip like this morning. What is her deal? I know she's all tatted up, but like she goes another level. She's like into that shit.
She has her eyes tattooed so that the white of her eyes is all black. She got her whole face done,
weirdo.
fucking upside down butterfly on her face. She got her tongue split down the middle.
Oh, that fucking and then
Yeah.
and it moves like this, right? Doesn't it like?
Yeah.
Oh, that
And then
creeps me out.
she came on the
Adam would
podcast.
love that on his fucking nutsack.
I would have been down to figure it
I
out,
mean,
but
yeah, it probably
my-
does feel better. Than
my
having
girl
one
didn't
dog.
want to
Yeah.
have her on Plug Talk.
I
And
saw,
she
and you
called
fucking
us
ratted
out
her.
in the
You
middle.
ratted out on her, just saying
Yeah.
that she doesn't like you, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, my girl doesn't want to fucking be a part of a monster movie. I think is how she
That was
worded
funny.
it.
Yeah.
Like she just
Yeah.
didn't want to fuck her, and then like all of a sudden we're getting judged for not wanting to fuck her. It's
That
like,
girl's disgusting.
are we
I'm
not
sorry.
allowed our preferences? I mean, I would fuck her. I really don't give a shit.
Of
I'll
course,
fuck
you would
whoever.
fuck
Who would
anything,
you
though.
not fuck?
Bro,
Give me a
Too
chick
thick.
that you would not too thick.
Lizzo. I'm gonna turn that fade
Oh,
down.
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I would. She's at the top of my list.
Why?
You know how fucking fun that would be.
I fuck.
And you know that she would be like, I think she would be a blast in bed. Because she knows it and she throws it, man.
These guys
I
will
feel
like,
she's probably throwing some
they'll
crazy
like
neck.
talk about banging her, and I'll just be like, for real?
I
Yeah.
think she would be.
Bro, she's
I don't
probably
think it
throwing-
would be like maybe the sexiest thing of all time. I think it would be a fun time.
I
think it would be a
she's
fun
throwing-
fuck.
Maybe
You know
if,
she-
if she sang and danced and stuff, I could agree that it might be fun. Like if it was
If
like
she sang
if it was
and
like a performance, yeah, okay, maybe.
I bet you she's performing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, she's.
I'll fuck with her.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say
She's a
this:
good
is that
time.
I have banged in my life a few morbidly obese women.
Not fun.
It's not for me.
But like, there's
Were
a
they
difference
attractive
between,
though?
Yeah.
You know what?
She's actually. I mean, if she
Lizzo looks
when
good.
they're like
Yeah.
350 pounds, it really doesn't matter what their face looks like because you're mostly thinking about the sweat and the folds.
But okay,
and-
that's also. I don't think Lizzo. I think Lizzo is not gross like that.
Yeah,
Why?
I'm into the.
Because she's rich and like I think
I'm
she
with
takes
you on
care
that.
I'm
of
on my
herself,
BBW movement.
I agree that she
listen,
probably.
I'm with
like
you on
anybody
that.
else. I don't want to fuck Lizzo like after the gym, maybe.
Yeah.
But like on a regular day, there's just like rich people look good, smell good, they feel good, they have nice clothes, they take care of themselves. Versus
She probably got the warmest.
That's what they want you to
Good
think.
for you.
yeah, so they.
I've
She
fucked
got
some
the warmest
hot ass,
vagina.
beautiful porn stars that once you actually got down to the nitty gritty of their vagina, it smelled
like,
like a
whoa.
fucking compost pile.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I don't go that big in my personal life, if possible.
Impossible. Sometimes sometimes
Sometimes duty calls.
Well, I'm saying I've done it before, so it's like those were at very different times in my life.
So if some sort of plus size OnlyFans model
man.
chick came to you, you'd say no.
I mean, I might do it just because I'm a performer. Like, end of the day, like
He's an
I'm a
athlete.
showman. I'm a coxman.
if it's
goddammit.
gonna move the needle, yeah, I'll do whatever. Besides, like a dude or a trans person, I guess. But as far
All right,
as
so
that's where you draw
there
the
is
line?
no line. I asked you before. Who's the line of like?
biological female, and if she can get past the STD test, if she can pass the
any
STD
chick you'll
test,
fuck.
Do you think that demon girl is passing the STD test?
she must because she does porn. I mean,
She does like about like real
no,
porn.
no,
She's
I don't know.
I think she's
That's what's funny, though.
photoshopping.
Real
You probably
porn
don't pass the
stars-
church test.
Real
She's-
porn stars are the cleanest chicks you fucking know.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I be
They-
telling regular ass niggas that be like, oh, I would
They have to
never.
get tested every 2
Yeah,
weeks,
no,
just
it's
like me.
those girls are fucking clean.
I don't believe you
You're
get
not
tested
getting
every
that.
I have
2
to.
weeks.
How else would I be doing porn?
I think your dick's about to fall off.
Your
You're
leg
not
about to
doing,
fall
like,
off.
You're doing your own porn though, right?
Yeah, but we still have to do it. Yeah, we still.
Really?
Well, yeah, we do the
According
whole.
to who though?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
who would
I'm pretty
be-
sure
okay.
he skips days.
There's no law that says that you have to do STD tests to do porn, but it's like basically just common practice. Like if you don't do it, you're like
But
super
you-
looked down upon. You know,
Oh,
none
because
of
you're
these
fucking
girls.
other porn stars.
If we weren't collecting the information about everybody's STD test, all of the girls in the porn industry would look at us like we were totally shady as fuck. Because
Got it.
everybody's on board with it. Nobody fucks around because
Right.
of the fact that it's like such a big deal.
So you're not like signed to anybody who would enforce it, but they all are. So you have to play by their
Yeah,
rules.
and
Interesting.
throughout the years, there's
Crazy.
been some different porn stars like Brian Pumper who tried to like skirt this by basically like fucking girls and like maybe getting their STD test done after the fact, and then like selling that footage to like mainstream companies, and then they totally have been like basically blacklisted from the industry for
I'd
that
imagine
shit.
there's some grimy people in that world, huh?
For sure.
But I haven't met that many. But
Really? I've always him, you motherfucker.
I'm not grimy.
I saw somebody said, Logan Paul's show, his co-host Mike.
Yeah.
He was saying, I didn't see it, but he was like, there's a new movement out there saying that all the woke people are saying don't work with porn stars, don't do content with porn stars. I haven't seen examples of that, but that's what he was saying.
Well, there's like anti-porn feminists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've found to the very last one, every single person I've ever interviewed who's been an adult star, fucks on camera, whatever, are the nicest, coolest, most like down to earth people. out
And
of all
meanwhile,
this
the
shit. Like,
gangbangers and the rappers are total assholes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty nice.
Yeah, no.
like this, like the other entertainers, most of the people are nice in general, but there's always a couple assholes. There's always a couple people who feel themselves or whatever.
Right.
All of them that I've talked to have been like a fucking delight.
Yeah.
I want to be friends with you. You
No,
know?
yeah. I kind of did come in the porn game thinking there was going to be more weirdos. But I also probably have like a selection bias because of the fact that if you're like a real weirdo, I probably just don't know you.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You
That's
just
the
like
difference
know
when you
other
have to
people.
fuck people.
Yeah, because it's like a big networking game of
Yeah.
like who's cool with who. And
Sure.
that's why it's like if a dude like fucks up on set, I mean,
You're
it's
done,
so
you're
goddamn
blackballed.
easy for you to get like blacklisted from
That
the game.
sucks.
Yeah.
Would you guys do what he does?
No.
Like if you
wish.
had a girl who was like down with it and the same rules and shit they play by, you make the money, you have a page, you couldn't do it?
I mean, only if that was like the last resort. That I'm like, I'm just gonna be just fucking for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'm cool
I'm
with it.
successful in
Yeah.
other ways,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. But he's also
But don't you think you're like really not living up to your true potential because the world hasn't
We're
seen your
not
dick?
walking on camera.
Yeah.
I don't you
actually
were
has
you
a
always
twin-
confident in your fuck game?
He has a twin brother named Rico Strong. I just want to say that who does porn. But
Actually,
then also,
but it's a funny one.
yeah. Honestly, like when I talk to the dudes who like really do it and they say that they fucking don't like that they have a hard time staying hard on set or whatever, I've never really had that problem. I'm always hard. I'm hard right now.
Are you?
No.
Like medium
creepy
or
little
full?
man.
Full, you want to see?
Full mast.
No, please.
He's
Right.
already seen it.
Yeah.
He's already watched the video.
What are we going to do on stage tomorrow at the live podcast?
Yeah,
You
so
coming?
wait.
You coming? Boom, he's coming.
I maybe could. Yeah.
Look, he's like, nigga, I don't want to come.
No, I mean, I will stick the fuck out. That's for certain.
Yeah.
You gotta walk in with a KFC bucket on your head and be like, somebody suck that baby's dick.
We had that idea too late that we were all going to come in with the KFC buckets on.
Please do that.
We have to buy so much chicken and just throw it away.
I'm throwing it away. We could give a drumstick out to every fan in the line.
That'll be the most racist
Or every
shit of all
Barstool
time.
employee.
That's definitely racist.
Yeah, I'll show up and give out the fried chicken to the black people. That'll go real fucking great.
I didn't say you have to do it. But
Yeah, you don't do it.
yeah, we're gonna just give you the bucket after.
What? How many? Have you done a lot of live shows?
This is the second one.
Second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was the first one?
The first one was in L.A. at I forget,
El Rey.
El Rey.
the El Rey Theater, and this
I mean,
one's at.
Gramercy Theater's no joke, man.
It isn't?
It's a good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a good way. Like it's a real spot. Like a big.
Well, now we know
big
exactly where we are in the hierarchy of like live shows because before us tonight at that same venue is Danny Lay, and then the night before was this rapper Swayco. So now we know that we are like exactly as poppin' as them, assuming that they sold it out.
That shit's so weird though.
Swaco had a line
lot of-
around the corner.
He did, yeah.
a lot of theaters and comedy clubs and rooms and shit. Like I'll see, like last week, like Louis C.K. was coming through here, or fucking like Chris Rock or whatever, and then it's like, what is my ass doing here?
But they're playing.
So
they play
sometimes-
like smaller venues sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, to them, like that's their like smallest shit they've ever done, and to me, it's like this is the biggest thing we've ever done. But
Wow.
it's like it really, it's just a room to play in.
But if you're Louis
if you
C.K.,
if you got audience,
you can afford like it's like you could just kind of do a really big venue or you could do a smaller venue
I think they
because you
work
could
out-
just consistently sell out so
Doesn't
many.
matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the nigga that was jacking off.
yeah, but he's fucking.
You ever do that in front of you?
He's fucking funny, man.
He's funny.
I like him
Honestly,
too.
He's
Yeah,
so funny. I'd probably just be like, okay, man, just
Yeah,
you can jerk off in
get
front of
it
me as
over
long as you
with.
keep putting that shit out.
that's kind of what it's like with us. Yeah.
Has he said the N word with the hard R too?
Yeah, he did do that.
I feel like he said it multiple
He did
times.
that, Yeah.
Louis.
Louis.
It was. I remember that video. It was Louis, some other comic, and Seinfeld.
Oh, I
And
remember
Louis
this.
and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
other comic.
Oh, you talking
I can't
about
remember who.
Kramer?
No, that was just man. That dude, he was like the first guy to really get canceled.
He cracked
right?
it off.
He was because that shit was like on a fucking Motorola Razor. That
Yeah,
film,
yeah,
and
that
he
shit was
went.
bad.
He went.
One of my
off,
favorite South Park episodes of all time.
dude. Making fun
That's
of him.
that
yeah.
nigga guy.
Yeah, no. Seinfeld though, I think was the other one on that panel, and he was kind of like, "This is not
Yeah.
good. I don't like this at all.
He could
I
tell
don't
that-
want to
he
be
could
a
tell
part of
that
this
was-
anymore."
Shout out to Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Shout out to him for having the foresight.
What do you do on stage for your podcast? You
I don't know.
What did you do in the
We're
first?
about to freestyle it.
Do the
Yeah.
same shit we doing here.
Last time
So-
we went there, we just fucking got up there like rappers and just like walked back and forth, and we're like, like got them hyped up.
So you have
it
that
was like
energy?
hard to like take them to like step it down a little bit and like sit down and just like start
See,
talking.
I wish, man. I'm so awkward out there. When
Really?
We do it. My co-host is the one. He'll like when we first come out, he's getting the crowd hyped up and shit. I'm so awkward with that stuff that I just kind of walk out and I'm like,
I got drunk last time. I'm not getting drunk
You
this
gotta do
time.
the worm.
I wish, bro.
Ooh.
If I could do some shit like that, I would do it.
You got drunk last time?
Yeah.
I didn't think you were drunk at
I was
all.
drunk. I don't know why.
Drunk podcasting doesn't work.
I'm not getting drunk this time.
Yeah,
One of
I
those
used to do
things
it
when we
all the
first
time.
started, I was like, oh, like the audience will drink beers and we'll all get wasted, and it's like, nope, doesn't work. Especially if the fucking people listening are sober.
You think it's a great idea?
Sucks.
I think a little bit of drinking can
Yeah,
be good
yeah,
for
yeah.
content, but
Take
getting
the
like
edge off.
really
Take the
drunk
edge off.
usually is very bad.
Take
You
the
get
edge
way
off,
more
get
emotional.
any nerves, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
especially then if you're
and the
fucking-
audience, like when somebody like gets butthurt or whatever, it's like they just pick up on it so fucking hard. And like
Yeah.
when you're drinking, it's like easy to get emotional. And then also it's like you're drunk as fuck, so you think everything's funny, and like the
Yeah,
audience
it's
is
not.
kind of sitting at home like, okay, like,
Yeah,
this is
my
not
thing
funny,
with the
you know?
live podcast was I feel like, again, I'm on stage at some of these places where like these comics come through, really funny fucking people,
Right.
and I'm up here just doing my podcast. I feel like you're at a comedy club, people are supposed to be laughing every fucking second, and I'm like just up here. I think it's pretty funny, but it's not like a stand-up routine, you know.
Right.
And then I learned though that the fans were like, we just want to see you do your show.
But
Like you gotta, I mean, you have a fucking massive successful show.
It's weird
Just do that.
when you know that there's a possibility of them like laughing, because that kind of changes the whole dynamic, because then it's like if it goes for a long time without them laughing, it just feels kind of weird.
Yes.
Versus, you know, it's like
Yes.
it's easy to kind of play to the audience.
But
know.
when there's those chunks of no laughter, I'm getting in my fucking head.
It's
I
super
get all
serious.
nervous,
So what
yeah.
if you ever been booed?
We get booed and
Crazy.
like we went to Philly and I'll be like, you know,
Fuck you, KFC.
Yeah, you're trash, or like I make fun of the Phillies and then they boo me back. But it's
Okay.
never been like
Not
a
like hateful boos.
No, never been like that.
That would be cool.
Is this part of like you gonna go on like a tour, like do?
We're just
Well,
doing
the
shows
city's
to like
kinda
kind of
fucking
see where the ceiling is at. Because I've seen like some certain podcasts do like crazy huge shows and shit,
It
you know.
can
And
be
so
a
we just
fucking
kind of want
spectacle
to
if you want it to be.
see what we're capable of.
Yeah.
I think test the waters.
You got to start it off and keep
Yeah.
growing.
It is kind of weird because like even with venues this size, like to come out here, get hotels and everything, we're like not really making
I know
any
you like
money.
break even.
It's
right?
just kind of like
But
we're
it's
doing it to
start
just
these
see what
things
it's
up.
like. Yeah.
I mean, you guys could probably do. Well, how many? What's Gramercy's
I
capacity?
think it's 400.
I don't even know.
you
Yeah.
can, you can definitely. I mean, you guys can.
But we're doing.
I'm sure you could do.
We
like,
have one at
easy
the
couple
Novo
thousand.
in LA that's like
I was
2,000
gonna
or some
say
shit.
in LA, I bet is.
Oh, back
like,
home.
Yeah, that's gonna be the
easy.
crazy
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
I know when $1 Million Worth of Game went to Philly and did their live show, it was a fucking scene, man. They
Really?
sold out like right away, and
Shout
it was
out to
like
Gillian
a
Wallow,
blast,
man.
man. That was
That's hard
yeah.
as fuck.
Yeah, they
That's
told me
so
that the 85 South show that they
Oh,
did
yeah.
2 shows back to back in LA with 6,000 people each,
Yep.
which
Back
is
to back.
nuts.
Goodness
I
gracious!
don't even know what
Damn.
venue has
That's no
6,000
joke,
people,
man.
but that's wow.
Yeah,
I mean, their clips are fucking always being
yeah.
circulated.
I mean,
around.
they do numbers,
And
on
they put
YouTube
like a
and
lot of
Instagram.
like
And that's
thought
LA.
into their
production. and shit.
production.
Yeah.
and
Oh
stuff.
really?
Yeah.
That's LA. That's not like their primary market either, which is pretty
Yeah,
wild. I can't
well, that's
even
why
imagine
the
what
one
they
I
do
saw
in
in
like
Philly,
their,
I think
yeah.
maybe it was the smaller venue because it's just like what venues you're gonna use.
Yeah.
But I think it was. I mean, that's like their fucking
You got to at least try it, see what you can do. You know.
who's like no jumpers competition? It's guys like $1 Million Worth of Game. Who else do you consider like? Who do you keep an eye on? Or is it not even like that?
I mean, when I think about competition, I think about Vlad because we interview a bunch of the same people, and he's like really big. He's probably like the biggest rap YouTube channel, realistically.
Is that like good competition or like fuck?
No,
you
yeah, we're
competition?
friends. We
Yeah,
just
cool.
did a podcast together and everything. And he's white, so you know we got that in
That's
common.
Right, so we're
Yeah.
automatically cool.
When did you like
We
get
have to,
over
like,
that
defend
hurdle?
each other.
Was it a problem in the beginning?
When I met this guy and he said, "Hey, you're allowed to be white in this game." Yeah,
Co-signed?
and nobody has mentioned it since.
Did that really happen? Was there like some
Yeah,
I
sort
told
of
you, I
no? But I
explained.
mean, on a level like did that like did you ever face any problems that like you needed to get over and having these guys? No,
Not really.
You were accepted from the jump.
Well, I mean, accepted is a
We be
shaky
having
word.
Street
yeah.
problems sometimes.
Well, I'll be having problems here and there,
Yeah.
but not
I
even
just know that
crazy.
like if I tweet my opinion about
What opinions
rap
are you holding back?
people, I don't hold anything back.
You
I'm
have
just
you have
saying,
rap opinions that we need to know about?
probably not need to know about, but
Please
when I
say
just
one.
talk,
Did Tory shoot Meg?
like yeah, I think he did.
I don't think so.
Okay.
You just
Over
don't think
here,
it happened?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Protect women.
You think it just
Protect
didn't happen,
Meg.
or you think it was like like you think he made it? It's all made up. She
No,
lied,
it's
or
not that. It's just that this is a case that's been going on for a long time. I think if it was that cut and dry, then this shit would be like,
over.
So tell me more about why you don't believe women when they make serious accusations.
hey, I love women. I'm just saying, I don't.
You just don't believe them when
I,
they
no,
When
I'm
they
just,
get shot?
I'm just not the guy. Like
Attempted murder.
I come from where you're proven
innocent until proven
innocent,
guilty.
Yeah, and I don't. When everybody makes accusations, sometimes I like to see like, let me get all the facts first before I make
Smart
my
man.
judgment.
Get the smart
so
man.
I ain't I
Yeah.
ain't jumping on the train of nobody.
Yeah.
So he could be lying, she could be lying. I don't fucking
Right.
know.
Well,
I'm
it's
just
probably
that
they're
guy.
probably both lying and somewhere in the
Yeah.
middle, right? That's everything in
Well,
life.
she said she didn't sleep with him. So that seems
I couldn't believe
seems
how
like a
small
lie, right?
he was he's like 5'2" or something, right? He's crazy.
Yeah,
tiny.
but that's why he has that like Napoleon complex. He's like
Yeah.
going around beating everybody up and shit.
But isn't that crazy that she was banging the baby and Tory Lanez back to back? Like she's this giant woman just fucking all these little midgets.
she's
Little
fucking
people.
them. Like little people. Come on.
you gotta.
I mean, have you, like that is usually pretty rare. Like when you go,
She don't really
you-
got a choice.
You go to a
Most-
club or some shit and you see like a super tall chick with like a little ass dude, and you're like, whoa,
Bro,
like,
that's
so interesting.
We just asked the question on our show. We're doing it on Instagram. Would you rather be 5'4" or 5'7"?
5'7".
yeah. Why?
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
I think 5'7" is kind of like you're just
You're like almost
you're just
there.
Like 5'4" is almost like you're really tiny, but you're probably gonna like have a like big personality. You're funny. I gotta like.
I
earn
could do
it
that
'cause
at
I'm
5'7".
Yeah.
But you're not gonna because you're just like you're just 5'7".
No, knowing what it's like to be 6'3", if I was 5'7", I would be fighting hard to like.
Well, you
prove
always
to the
gotta
world
fight hard,
that-
but I just feel like that's what I mean. Unless if you're like 5'8", 5'9", there's some people who like a lot of chicks are just like,
But
hey, you're 6 foot. No, but if you're close to it, you can get away with it.
The real
I think
issue
5'7"
is-
and 5'4" are both too short.
Why is discriminating against men for their height like the only kind of discrimination that
that's
people
allowed.
are allowed to do?
Straight up
What
right in
is
like
that?
their dating profiles.
It happened
Imagine if ours was like you have to be under this weight with
Yeah.
these measurements, or no, I don't
It
even
is
talk to you.
Andy Newman's fault.
Who the fuck is that?
Short people got no reason to live. They have little hands.
but
That
look,
changed the
little
culture?
eyes.
That shit's all cap though, because I'm 5'9" and I be smacking bitches that are 6 foot, 5'11". Like,
But they don't post you.
I don't need them.
Oh, that's
But don't
I'm not post them.
But you agree though.
Posting these tall ass bitches.
What is the first thing that those girls say when they decide they want to turn on you and violate you? Oh, you little short ass fuck,
shit.
bitch.
Probably.
Yeah,
See, that's what I mean. I
felt that.
I
I
think
felt that.
I think at 5'4", you might get some tall chicks being like, "I've always wanted to fuck a little guy."
Right.
I think 5'7" is just
terrible.
like
That's
terrible.
But whatever,
You
you're
don't want
still
to be like
fucking, man.
You don't want to be a fucking like a fetish for somebody.
Like,
That's
prime
weird.
example.
I'm down.
for yourself,
Yeah, I would love to
bro.
be a fetish.
Prime example.
No.
I
You
just
can
did a
fetish.
podcast.
We never
right now.
fetishize.
Yeah, nobody's ever like, you know what I really want? An average white guy with an average dick. Like, let me fuck that guy.
I got a feeling of what it's
I'm
like to
6
be
feet.
fetishized from
Thank
the
God.
tattoo thing. Because then
Yeah,
all of
you
a sudden
get
I
that a
had
little
girls
bit.
wanting to fuck me just because
Yeah.
like, oh, I like guys
Let me
with
see all
tattoos.
your
I'm like,
tats.
okay,
Bro,
cool.
I,
right.
I am right off the assembly line. Like, there's a cookie cutter, ba-boom.
He's a
ba-boom.
Josh. I
Just
can't
make-
tell if you're-
yeah.
God said, generic man. Here you go.
Yeah.
I can't
like,
tell if
thank
you're
God-
ginger or just really dark brown.
Let's just go with dark brown. I don't need the ginger tag
You
on top
remind me of
of
like
it.
Zach and Cody. Both of them morphed together.
Growing up.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. I'm just fucking
You got ginger
the white
blood.
guy. I got a little
Yeah,
bit. Of
you got ginger
Feidelberg
swag.
He's
really
a
got
dark
it.
ginger.
Fights has like fucking.
Oh,
red,
gingers
red.
are another class that gets shit on constantly. But so those same girls that would say, "Oh, you little short piece of shit," rah rah rah, they would never say the same thing about your skin color, right?
Yeah, you might.
Actually, they might.
I don't know.
Behind closed doors,
Those
girls
people-
definitely might.
Those people
yeah.
saying that, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, once you
I take
date
it back.
somebody
Look.
that's like of the other race, they get mad. They feel like they can say the N word then.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Who are you dating of
You've
another
dated
race?
White girls who.
No, I ain't talking about me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay, like the first time I ever got fetishized by like a foreign girl, it felt really weird. Like I wasn't expecting
like it?
She was like, "Oh, like I love your dark hands all over me."
Whoa! And you know she wanted to say it.
Come here,
she
Blackie.
was testing that out. I'm gonna say dark. I'm gonna say black. How
Yeah,
far can we take
It
this
was
one?
weird. That shit was very uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think I would roll with it though.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah.
Listen, if
She was
it was
butt-ass
if it
naked
was
when she
turned
said this to
around,
me.
if some black chick was like, "I want to let me fuck your tiny white hands," I'd be like, "Cool."
Oh, but what if she told you that she wanted you to do like her colonizer fetish type shit?
No,
Don't do it, KFC.
You're not gonna scream
Wanted
the
you to
N-word?
like whip her
I'm
with
not.
the
I'm
belt.
not. I'm not playing that game.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, no,
You
no.
all.
I'm not saying.
right.
I'm not. There's certain words I'm not saying. There's certain things I'm not doing. No cameras
but
are coming out. None of that.
We
shit.
have a homie, King
If she came
Croc.
with a whip, you wouldn't be
King Croc is
No,
a very
no.
large black man who loves white girls calling him the N-word in bed.
What about reverse?
This is his fetish.
reverse
like
what?
she whips you.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then,
now?
like,
No, I'm
you're
not
like-
He calls you the N-word.
And then you're the
You
slave.
can call me whatever you want. I'm not getting whipped, but that
Them?
would be some funny
You're
shit.
gonna let them fuck.
That me getting whipped, and that would be.
If
a
you guys do
fucking
get into
scene.
porn, you have to do it as a tag team, like the
For sure.
Bushwhackers
The Dudley
or some
Boys.
shit.
We do
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
else.
yeah.
as
the
a tag
Dudley
team.
boys over here,
Yeah, the
that would be the scene.
The Studley Boys.
How much money for you two guys to be a porn star tag team named the Studley Boys? How much would you have to be pulling in for you to say yes to that?
Like, let's say, $10 million a year.
There we go.
I'm with it.
You're overvaluing your dicks so much.
No, I'm not. I'm
Well,
a hidden
everybody's
gem.
Fans
seen
want to
it.
see.
I'm a hidden gem.
For all we know, it's a chode.
No, I'm a hidden gem.
The fans want to see.
Show it.
Yeah, put it on the table right now. Barstool
on the
content. They'll blur it.
Drop it on the table.
They'll blur it.
Drop it in a bottle of whiskey. Let's go.
See it shrivel up.
What's going on? Like No Jumper obviously like was big in the music world, right? Has it stayed true to that, or is like are you just
Now
kind
he's
of
in the
talking about
game
everything
banging.
now?
We're spreading our wings. We're doing all kinds of shit.
in the streets
YouTubers,
now.
comedians, etc. We just had Reza Islam from the Nation
Shout
of
out to Reza.
Islam on the
Yeah, that's
podcast. You know,
beautiful.
we're just doing all kinds of different stuff. We have more and more people doing interviews. We got Duno, T-Rel, Sharp, all these different people doing interviews on the platform who are just
I'm so washed up.
Poetic
bringing in
Flacco.
Poetic Flacco, the Liberian master of The Office. I don't know. We got a lot of different shit going on.
Man.
We got a huge new studio. I don't know if you saw. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, things have been going good for a pretty long time.
It's been going good, but we're definitely stepping it up. I think. Yeah.
It's
because he pays us some food.
Fuck yeah.
I feel like
He's been taking us to some expensive dinners since we've been
Is that what
here.
you do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You drop the card down. You're like, I feed you.
You're not getting paid this month, but here's this dinner. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes.
And you like all this, like, how do you discern between like music you like versus music you got to talk about because it's like big in the industry? Like, are there if you don't like a rapper, you don't like certain songs, whatever, I'd imagine you're not lying about it, but are you still also talking to them and doing?
It can be hard to walk that line.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people that you like interview, like underground rappers, obviously the music is not great.
Right.
So you got to kind of put that to the side. I try not to like talk shit about somebody's music until they get big enough that it's kind of like they can
They're above
handle
it.
some of that heat, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you're like
I mean, if you came out and said this guy sucks, you have a big enough like platform now that like he's fucking
right.
he's gonna take
He'll
a
say
big
it.
hit on that.
But the thing is,
will you end a career?
He can.
I don't
You
want it.
can, but will you?
Okay, but I've been honest about not thinking Travis Scott is that great, right?
Right.
Because I
But
feel like
now
I
it's
feel like
like
that's
whatever.
okay for me
That's
to
fair,
say
though.
because
Yeah.
he's so fucking big that it
But
doesn't
would
matter,
you
right?
have said that?
I
fair.
can, but if like Travis Scott's this like brand new artist and I'm
Yeah.
interviewing him and stuff, I'm obviously just not gonna say that. And then, but the thing is that it's like sometimes like it's not fair because there's all kinds of LA rappers that I'm cool with. Their music sucks. I'm not saying anything
But you
about
don't
it because
say
it's
it.
like why. So if I were
they
to
don't
like,
come to office
if
and whoop your
if I
ass.
were to
That's
point
why.
out like a popular
It's a safety
rapper and be
game.
like his shit sucks, it would be unfair because it's like So I feel like.
But don't people? Then do you have any credibility when it comes to like putting your seal of approval?
But I
on
try
some
not
of
to
these?
make that my thing of like, oh, I'm the guy issuing opinions about
Right,
everybody's
right. You're
music.
just
Like,
kinda
I'm not
giving
a
the
fucking
platform to
reviewer.
play
There
it.
are YouTube
Yeah.
reviewers who that's their whole thing is that they have to
Right.
give you their full opinion. I'm more of an interviewer. And the thing about interviewing is that the best interviewers are usually people where you don't even know anything about them as interviews. Like think about Nardwar. What do you fucking know about Nardwar? Like nothing. He's from
Right.
fucking Canada. That's it.
And he wears
but
hats.
that lets him do hella interviews. Like the more of a thing you become, the more that it can be harder to get interviews because all of a sudden you bring some kind of
Right.
context with
I
you,
like
you know?
I like it when it's more of like a conversation than
Yeah.
a question answer. But I agree with that when if you want to get like the best of the best, it's like you just
Yeah.
want to the star is them and they're the
try
focal
not to
point.
like go on.
In
go in
general
on
with the
people's
music though,
only.
how old are you?
38.
38, you're same age, and
Grandpa.
like you like all this new music, all this new rap.
Not all of it.
But in general, like you
I like
down with
the particular genre that we actually like appear to care about is like street music and like actual. I don't want to say like actual hip hop, but like
Right,
you know,
that's
I don't
where-
listen to the fucking
Whoa.
the Saweeties and the City Girls of the world.
Sure.
He hates women.
I'm not interested. No, I just like, what am I going to listen to some song about your fucking vagina and how you shake your ass on camera or whatever?
Right,
like, I'm
right.
just not really for
You would
me,
think
you
if
know?
you were born, you would appreciate it.
Yeah, of all people, you.
But they're not even getting dick down. They're just rapping about it. I mean, they're getting dick down privately, but
Also would like try to send him like the new popping 17-year-old kid and like he'll actually be pretty
Dick riding.
open. He'll be open to fucking listening to it.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I became the old man so quick.
But a lot of people, you got to understand, the music business are incentivized to basically just like act like they are
Sure.
really into every new
Well,
thing.
so
Like,
that's what
ooh,
I
this
mean,
is so
though.
cool.
Like-
I'm in the position where I don't have to lie.
Yeah.
So I'll just be like, it's
See,
not for me.
this is the thing, and I wanted to get your opinion on this. So I told him I'm going to a Bad Bunny concert. He's like, you can't even understand what he's saying. You don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't have to understand what
a
they're
vibe.
saying to like
Yeah.
the music. You can
Yeah.
fuck with the vibe.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm with that.
Thank you,
Now,
Nancy,
at the
man.
same time, though, I'm not gonna I don't know what he's saying. I'm not gonna say something about like his songwriting or the words
Yeah,
or the
but you
lyrics because
feel-
I don't know.
you feel
But it's
the
like it's a
vibe.
party. Have you ever been to a Bad Bunny?
No.
I've heard that it's like a
It's
fucking
fucking lit.
yeah,
See?
like one of the
Bro, it's-
craziest experiences.
Bitches
Granted, this is
climb-
from some vanilla
going
white
next
people,
week.
but like you're gonna see some shit. Yeah,
Bitches trying to climb on stage, getting tackled by security.
I mean, like
Crazy.
these things all sound good, but they also like don't really have anything to do with the music, which
Yes,
to
it
me
does.
just sounds like some
No,
generic.
yes, it
Oh,
does.
Like,
it's-
I'm not.
it's-
I don't know. I don't
the
care.
musical quality is not up to my standards.
I just don't like the way it sounds. Why would I want to do
Then
this?
I play him a French song and I sing it with the lyrics, and he's like, You don't like this song.
A French
I like
song? What
it.
are you talking about? Where did you find a French song? You went to
played
France
you
and
the song in
Like French
in
rap?
the car yesterday.
French
Make
hip
it shut
hop.
up. I never heard this.
Oh my god.
He's taking credit for the songs the Uber driver was playing.
This is what I don't get though, because I understand musical tastes. Like
I've never liked music I couldn't understand, and I don't like EDM because there's no music. There's no
No
words.
words. Yeah,
I
I
need some
can
fucking like if it's an option for me to understand, why wouldn't I just want to understand? There's all this music I can understand.
Well, it's not something you play in the car. It's like
go
when you're
learn
in
the fucking language.
You're over there. Hey,
Go
you
learn
know,
Spanish.
crazy.
But you don't even get fucked up. You're just in there
You
like
don't have
sober.
to get fucked up to
The
like
music
it.
gets you fucked up.
We had a whole rave.
I've had enough alcohol abuse to still enjoy it.
We had a whole rave on the way over here in the Uber. That shit
Oh, that
was
was
fun.
fun.
Oh
as fuck.
yeah.
That's the feeling.
that was
On a
ironic.
large scale.
That was
That was
ironic.
ironic.
That wasn't like a real
To
rave.
me though, I feel like when all that mumble rap started, that was like I can understand. It's not like it's a different language, but from what like I'm just surprised that the music we grew up on is so different from that.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
I feel like certain
It was
people.
close.
It was hot back then.
I feel like certain people weren't even trying to like listen to what they were saying though.
To me, if you
But
came
some people
from the
like the
era,
beat.
sure, and I'm okay with people liking whatever they like. I'm just saying that like if you're gonna compare it to 90s rap and
Well, why are we
bars
comparing
and-
it?
Well,
Leave that shit in the 90s.
Sure, but when there are certain discussions, like when Young Thug was on $1 Million Worth of Game and like brought up Jay-Z's name, and so the conversation's gonna happen.
Right.
I agree with you. Ordinarily, it's like just apples
I
and oranges.
infinitely
But
have
if you are
listened to
gonna
more Young
compare it-
Thug than Jay-Z as of the last
But
10
think
years.
about like a
Yeah.
Nems or a fucking Griselda, Benny the Butcher, whatever. That
Yeah.
music is out there. Like,
That's
if you,
out there, but
if you
it's not-
loved
and
Mobb
it's
Deep
good.
in 1994, then
You
there
can
is
hear it
music
now.
that basically
Nems
sonically is very
But
similar
let's be
to it.
real, we
It's
get-
just not that popular.
We
Right,
get
you know?
entertained so easy. Now I'm walking around all day saying period, 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 like there's fucking
The bar is
you know what
lower.
I'm saying?
The
Yeah,
bar is
bar
much
super
lower.
low.
Can you
But-
concede that
yeah.
when it comes to rap as far as
But, okay, like right now, like I agree, like the whole SoundCloud wave, there was a lot of like very frivolous, substanceless music that blew up for a short period of time, but like all that shit crashed out,
away, yeah.
and it's
Now
not
it's like
really
the
a
only thing
thing
left
anymore.
is
Like I
the-
can't think of anybody that I would put in that box of like, oh, they're really genuinely popular and it's completely mindless.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, like people
right.
now would point to like Yeet, but to me, Yeet has way more substance
Oh
than
my
a lot of
God.
that shit around that time. Dick riding.
You listen to the
Preface,
lyrics?
Dick riding.
No, if
Dick
you
riding.
listen to the
He loves
lyrics,
Yeet, though. He loves
this
Yeet.
nigga goes crazy. He be speaking from the soul. So yes.
You know about Yeet?
No, see, I'm so washed. I don't know any of this shit anymore.
Gotta go on Yeet.
I used to know like growing up, I loved rap. I loved like that was my music that I like knew and
Favorite
would
rapper?
argue of all time.
Eminem.
Vanilla Ice.
Yellow Wolf.
Yellow Wolf. MGK.
But just the new stuff.
I
Mac Miller.
no, I probably would give it to Jay-Z,
That's right.
but
KFC man.
But
I'm liking
I
you.
I do in a stereotypical way. I think Eminem was like at his peak was like the best actual rapper of like the way like
First,
the art, the craft.
first two
or whatever.
albums was amazing.
Yeah. That's
Three
a guy.
albums.
That's a guy who should have just stopped.
White America.
Why would you stop if
Well,
you're
you're making so much
fucking
money,
millions?
but yeah, I guess if it depends on if. Would you care about like a legacy if you were a rapper or anybody, an actor,
dude,
or a
one of my
athlete,
favorite-
He's profit
just
maximizing.
stop, you
One of
know
my
what I mean?
favorite
Yeah.
albums of all time. Well, probably the best album I ever heard to me is The Miseducation by Lauryn Hill.
Sure.
It's her only
Just done.
album.
Yeah.
That's where the bar
Yeah.
is set.
Because
But
she's a
also
tweaker.
That's
I mean, she should have kept putting albums out, but she couldn't get it together. She doesn't
mean,
even
that's
show up to
but-
her shows.
I know.
But,
gonna say
but
shit.
that album is amazing.
But I'm saying, don't make it out like this was some masterful plan that she came up
she
with. No,
wanted
she
to
just
master-
actually she can't get it
I
together.
don't know. It's one album.
It's not like she just conceived of, oh, I'm going to put out one album and then I'm just going to go
We're not
ghost for
talking
20
about
years.
personally. We're talking
she
about
blew it.
legacy and
Yeah.
music wise. She went out on a high bar.
but I think that's also bullshit. That
That's
like
crazy.
she should get like points deducted or however you want to call it because she never put anything else out.
Right.
You know?
No, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what- how-
That's why it's insane. If Jay-Z had put out one album and then people still talk
Like
about like he's one of the
Reasonable
best
Doubt.
rappers,
But Jay-Z's album.
you are what you are
His
because of your catalog.
His discography is amazing.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
but you can't say that about Lauryn Hill. Yes, she had one incredible album, and then that was
that's
it.
But
Yeah.
B.I.G. had what, two
But he was-
albums before
but
he
he's
died?
dead.
And-
Yeah,
make
but
music,
it was
you
two
know?
amazing fucking
But if you
albums.
want to have a real conversation about Biggie versus Jay-Z, to me, the fact that Jay-Z put out like fucking 12 classic albums is a massive
And maybe
element
maybe
in
Biggie
terms of
would've,
why
but
he is more legendary
Was-
than Biggie. As
How
if you're
good
going to
he's
really go
alive
top 5
still,
of all
too,
time.
Could you imagine if Biggie just had like 7 clunkers You know, like if he didn't die and he just put out like kind of
Because
shitty music.
Most
Think
likely,
about-
artists get older and then their music is not the same, but they
Right.
still put it out.
Think about
Yeah.
but we don't really count those.
if LL Cool
That's
J,
true.
if LL Cool J died in his prime, then we would talk about him
Him
way
like the
different than the
legend,
way that we
yes.
talk about him,
Agreed.
having seen his music sort of slowly become less relevant, and then he's
And then
an
become an
actor.
actor, and,
Exactly, and like,
But it was
hi-
funny
him
when-
being an actor for like his career and taking care of his family and building a life for himself is like
Incredible.
the best thing that could have happened to
Hell
him. But
yeah.
in terms
He's
of how
one of
you're
the
viewed as a
most-
rapper, it's probably not
Ice
the
Cube,
best thing,
Ice
right?
Cube did the same thing, and I
Yep.
still
Yep.
view his music with that same.
But a lot
like
of
he's
people
top
don't.
10.
I think a
of
lot.
people
But if
you ask young
if
people
Ice
now
Cube
about
had
Ice
put
Cube, they're
all
talking
his
about the comedy
But
movies he made.
if he
you know
put
what I
all
mean?
his eggs in the music basket, maybe his legacy would be like more of a thing that we discuss. Like the reality is probably a better business move
Man,
for
fuck
him
a
to go in that
legacy,
direction.
man.
Yeah, just like
So,
podcasting.
get to the
big
bag.
money, yeah. But once you're at a point, like how much money, I think Eminem puts out an album, makes several $1 million, probably still goes a couple times platinum, but the overwhelming reaction on the internet is like, this shit sucks.
But his fans
Is
like
what's
it, and
worth
it
that
does.
to you?
It
You
sells that much. But think about the people who don't like it. It's like people on Twitter, music
I know.
critics, shit
Yeah.
like that. To me,
Bullshit.
I
Who
agree.
cares?
I'm not excited to hear Eminem album at this point. But to
there's
him, I
millions
honestly
of
think he's
people
being
that
true to himself
Yeah.
because it's not like this music is really
doesn't
like
really care.
you know, like when he was slapping Rihanna hooks on the songs, which he still like does sometimes and shit.
Yeah.
But like that to me, okay, that's you attempting to be commercial.
Get one or two pop songs
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the
but
album and then do
Even
your real
his
shit.
content that he used to come out with, you can't even talk about it in 2022.
No.
like shit that they used to say.
Dude,
so we live at
It
a
just
time
comes
now
off
that his
different.
music can't even exist the same way
Right.
that it did
But
back
I
then.
mean, if he wants to say something offensive, it just can't be like, haha, Jessica Simpson is dumb. Like, which he used to
No.
like, he used to get hella points for that. Now he would have to, like, think about what Dave Chappelle has to say in order to be considered
Sure, to be like-
transgressive.
to be-
you know,
we live
he
in
has to
council,
say
we live
pretty.
in
and
council
shit.
culture right now.
Yeah, but
I mean, he
where
would
Dave
get-
Chappelle is like the biggest comedian because he spits in the face of cancel culture. Like Eminem
True.
could do the same thing, but a lot of times the shit that he does to be like controversial is pretty tame, right?
Well, I mean, at the time,
Especially compared
he
to his
was-
old shit.
Yeah, at the time he was going. You know, there
But
was
the-
nobody he
our
wouldn't go at.
standard of what was considered edgy at the time was way fucking different. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that. But also, there were times that I think no matter what era he's in, when he's talking about like killing certain people, and
He was talking
fucking
about killing
smack-
his mom, and the whole black community freaked out. And as the white community, we didn't think it was that big a deal. We were like,
I couldn't believe it.
yeah.
Well, that's
I
always
was
the
mad.
joke.
I
didn't
right?
think it was
White
that
guys-
crazy.
White kids are always fuck. That's the joke. You know, your black kids hang out at the white kid's house, and the white kids, you know, yell
Go to your
at the
fucking
mom.
room, mom.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck
yeah.
up, Karen.
You
bitch,
guys
I'll
are
kill
like,
you.
what the fuck just happened, right? So
Listen,
that's- he
Elizabeth,
just-
get out of my fucking face.
Yep.
I just think about things like not even the dramatic shit, like killing people. Like when he said hate. The answer is yes. Like as fucking black and white as you could make it. And
Homophobic.
But he was being
Heterophobic.
sarcastic.
Staring at my
Yeah.
jeans, watching my genitals. Come on.
But that wasn't even a big deal at the time.
That's
Yeah,
what I mean.
but
Like,
I
now
think
it would be
you couldn't
fucking
do it now.
bananas.
that's
No,
not
yes,
true.
you can. What are you
That's not
talking
true. No, you
about?
can't. That's
Are
not
you
true.
fucking serious?
What's not true?
They were
There's so many
protesting-
podcasts
Well,
where
that's-
people are talking
dude,
about
it went to the
retarded,
fucking-
gay. I'll censor myself.
You don't even want to say it.
I just don't want to do it to Barstool, but you're acting like it's impossible to exist in cancel culture, which is completely not true. There's so many people.
survive cancer.
Joe Rogan is out here denying that COVID exists, and he's got the biggest podcast in the world.
Yeah, he's white.
Yeah.
Let one of us.
You do have to remember though, Eminem.
What
had
could that
fucking-
possibly have anything to do
Eminem
with
had
it?
like Congress talking about him and shit. We're not
Yeah.
talking about some people complaining. on
Exactly.
internet.
The
We had
idea that
Tipper
cancel
Gore
culture
being
is
like,
such a
"Man,
big deal
stop
for
it."
somebody like Eminem is insane.
Yeah.
They were trying to ban the whole releases of his album.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
They were
He was
and that
protesting.
was
it up.
back then.
They were
What do you think's gonna happen now?
They were protesting in front of Interscope.
I
in
just
LA.
wonder though if he would still be that way.
Who?
Eminem. I wonder if he's kind of softened up in his older
He's
older
grown
age.
now.
you
Yeah,
know?
he's
older.
older.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
bro.
his kids.
But
are
he still
grown
comes
and-
out and he says some edgy stuff every time he puts the album out to get like
Yeah.
some traction
Well, I
for
think
the
that's
album.
what he's doing, though.
That's what
It's a
everybody
little
does.
more- yeah,
The baby
it's a
said that
little
he
more.
fucking was banging Meg Thee Stallion before she got shot by Tory.
Yeah,
He waited 2 years to say it, yeah.
Dude, they keep talking about Eminem's daughter recently, like
Yeah.
on TikTok and
Yeah.
I just watched her podcast.
Huh?
I watched her podcast.
She has a podcast?
Yeah, I watched the first
How was that?
episode.
I mean, she's an interesting.
It's like her.
person
It's her and her
from-
friends.
Shout out to
just-
Haley.
It's not that interesting. It's like very much like two random girls off the street having a
Yeah, but
conversation.
I would want to
her
have.
perspacking about being Eminem's daughter is probably
it's
That's what I mean.
that-
I
but
want. I want. Like,
she's not really
basically
doing
one-
not at all.
like she's not really like using it for content that much. And how much content is there really? And what would he be
I
comfortable
mean, how
with her
many
saying?
episodes have you seen?
I only watched one, but the
I
first
think
one
she'd
she
be a good
wasn't like
podcast
using
guest. If that's a girl who would come on a show,
Okay.
talk to me for an hour, and actually talk to me about her father, and not be. I
Not be
hate when
like
people
too-
feel like they're just like why, like, all you want to talk to me about is my father. It's like, well, we'll talk about some other shit. But yeah, all I want to talk to you about is your fucking father.
But
That's
the
what's
thing,
interesting there,
it would be so trashy if that's all she actually talked about on
Right.
it, But I think
but
that
you can talk about your own stuff. But I also want to hear what was it like growing up.
you
with
know
this
that
fucking
she's got to
megastar.
be privileged to her dad's mental hit list of who he doesn't fuck with in media. So I'm assuming he doesn't know who you are, so you should be good.
Yeah. That's another one, dude. Talking about height. Eminem's 5'7".
Really?
I mean, I always thought of him as this fucking intimidating monster
I didn't.
character.
Why?
I always thought him a little guy.
Fucking,
He just
he'd
has
be like this little-
it's his thing. He beefs with like other white people.
No, I
Oh
don't.
yeah, you
I
Especially
dress
in
like
rap.
Eminem for Halloween. I'm an
Especially
Eminem
in rap,
fan.
some sort of
Your
complex,
track
no
record-
doubt.
This is his thing. Is he just repeats this weird thing about me hating other white people over and over
His
and over.
track record
Even
is
though
there.
I'm not saying anything in the sense that implies that I have anything against white people. I'm just saying. Did you think that Eminem was 6'3"?
No.
I thought he was taller.
I
back
wouldn't
then.
think of him as a
No.
tiny little guy.
I did.
Really?
Yeah, you got a tiny guy personality.
Even
I
even
feel
from
like he-
the 8 Mile
Yeah, he
movie and
never
shit like that.
looked-
There's nothing
no,
in that.
Getting his ass beat.
Watch that whole movie. Yeah, there's nothing about him in that movie that hints that he's a big
Yeah.
guy.
He was,
That's what
like
I'm
a,
saying.
he was like a hero back then. He was
I
saying
just
some crazy
I
shit.
just think of him as
Yeah,
an
but a small
intimidating
hero,
person
though.
because of his like rap style, and then to walk in the room and be like, you get on tiptoes, man. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Those to me don't add up. But you're right. I mean, I guess when you got,
But that's why
bullied
you
your
got to
whole
go
life,
harder
you're not-
because the shorter you are, the harder you got to go.
That's why I'm saying 5'4" is the answer because you're 5'4".
How does it feel, House
you
Phone?
Like
I'm 5'9". Fuck y'all.
Kanye being short is very on brand for Kanye. He acts like a
What do you
short
think of
dude.
Kanye?
He's a fucking asshole. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, he's
You
like,
guys like
it's
Kanye?
very on
Love him.
brand for him to be
What's
short.
amazing?
Love
Love
Kanye.
him. Even this
inspiration.
new
Oh yeah, his
fucking-
music I love, but as a person, he seems like
I
he's
hate
totally out of his
the
mind.
last podcast he did, he just says shit that like a third grader would say, but he does it, and people are like, wow.
Yeah, I know.
KFC denied.
I mean, I know it's cliche. I love the old Kanye, but the new
so
Kanye.
you
to
think
me
that
is like-
Kanye's out actually in touch with reality?
Bro, I have a Kanye tattoo. You can't say nothing wrong.
What does that have anything to do with this
I'm just
conversation?
telling you.
He's in
There's
touch
nothing
with his
wrong
own
you can
reality. That's what it
And
is.
you,
Bam.
and you like all of his new music in comparison?
Hell
to
no,
his
you
old
ain't heard that
say.
shit.
I love his new music.
You bought
No,
the
you
stem player to
don't.
listen
No, I
to
didn't buy
Don.
the stem
Yeah,
player.
see,
No
I'ma keep it
didn't
real.
even listen to it, and he's
Nobody
acting like he
did.
likes it.
I'm not buying the stem player.
Didn't listen to his new album. Says he likes it,
But I do respect him trying to take control.
Sure.
and
but not enough
going-
to support it.
Not
No,
enough-
I'm saying,
yeah.
take
I don't have to buy that shit.
Take control, and you know what I'm saying, not go to the other platforms.
By putting out an
I get
album
it.
that you didn't
Jay-Z
listen
I fuck
to.
with
did,
it.
the title was that everybody's
and
trying
people
but
signed up for Tidal
I
because
know,
of
but
that.
I think eventually
Who? It's
like
like 2% of the streaming market.
I'm talking about to hear his album initially. They probably didn't stay.
Yeah, what happened to
but
that?
I was about to
still,
say that shit is
They
for
don't do
sure
that
on
shit
Apple
anymore.
Music now.
Yeah, no, I mean that's I don't think there's anybody big enough to. I mean, if Jay-Z and Kanye struggle to do it,
Well, but they were doing it for a while of having like an exclusive home for streaming. The problem is it's so not in the artist's favor.
it's not.
That it's like
to have your own.
yeah, it's way better for
They
them
th-
to
they
because
think
they all
it's-
judge themselves by their first week streaming
Right,
numbers.
And you're
like now it's-
alienating like
Yeah.
all potential sales.
Oh my
And,
God.
and
You
think
do it
about
that
it, like
way.
Spotify and Apple Music aren't really cutting checks for that shit anymore. If they do, it's only for the absolute A-listers. But
Yeah.
they also just don't do it anymore. So like Tidal, it would make sense, but also like people are not gonna like people have been trained to use Spotify or Apple Music. They're not
But
gonna
that's
sign
kind
up
of like
for
that
Tidal.
NFT thing where like you gotta buy this NFT album. It's the only way you can get it. It's the
Yeah.
same.
Hell
Well,
no.
same
Travis
shit.
Scott's the king of that shit too, where it's like you buy a T-shirt.
No, but they got rid of that.
Downloaded.
They got rid of that.
That shit doesn't work
It's not
anymore,
even
and that's
like
why
shit.
nobody sells like they used to. Is
But it's
because they
not
can't
real
do
shit.
shit like
It's
that.
not that they got rid of it; they edited the rules because Nav just did the same thing with his last album with the
new one?
cheap ass V-Lone collab, but it has to come in a box set, and the album has to come a part of it.
Yeah, they used to be able to send you a
paying for-
download code.
Yeah, I mean that's
And
I respect it. Like game the system, whatever you know.
And
It's
but-
crazy that it worked
the
for a
merch
while.
has to be
Yeah.
shipped within the same week that the album
the
comes
album
out.
comes
So
out.
you can't
yes.
do it and then have the
Yeah,
merch
have
be
to
printed
wait
for
6
6
months.
weeks.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Six
It's
fucking
all
months
smart,
later.
though. The game is
But it's also kind of crazy because it's like, who really gives a fuck about your fucking first week sales streaming numbers? Like, why does rap cares about this so much that they'll spend crazy amounts of money to
make
inflate
sure
their
that-
sales?
I
It's
think
kind of
of rap
sad.
as almost like sports, and in the idea of like there's records to be broken, and there's either directly people are battling or there's always a comparison.
Yeah.
Same way you talk about like LeBron versus Jordan.
But
It's
that's
like,
shit that's all been invented by the sports media world so that they have something to talk about.
I think that's kind of the same thing with rap though. It's like rap
Yeah.
fans being
And
like,
that's why I
like-
refuse to participate
Like
in
you
when
were saying, why do we even compare? It's like I don't know. That's just what we
people
do,
always
where
want to
it's
try
like-
to drag you into those conversations of like, oh, what's the best Jay-Z album? What's the best Nas album? It's like, bro, I don't
all
talk that
relative.
way with my friends,
mean-
so I'm not trying trying to do that for content.
But
I
it's
think
already-
that stuff people just do for content, from my perspective.
I think that's a pretty natural convo.
Not to
No, it
me.
is though. But if you think about it, right, a lot
never
of
had that
times that
convo.
shows where somebody is. Because Instagram, they'll make it look like you're the most popping guy in
Yes.
the world,
Yeah.
and then you have a venue that you can't sell out 1,000 tickets.
Right.
You get 1 million likes, but you can't sell out 1,000 tickets. It makes perfect sense.
You
Like,
can't even sell 200 tickets.
but that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So that kind of breaks people down to size, and it lets business wise, if I have a company and I want to invest in an artist, and I say, oh well, he couldn't do this, like that's gonna put it exactly where
Sure, and
where
it's a
where
great
it really
equalizer
where
when
it
you
really
really
is, not the
prove it.
smoke and mirrors that they put out to the world.
Yeah. But like you never had a discussion about if Jay-Z or Nas won that battle.
Oh, that's that.
everybody
Who
did.
won a battle is one thing. The thing that
This
I
is
don't
just
like
the-
is,
I thought
this
that.
week on the podcast we're gonna do 4 episodes of figuring out the order of the Drake albums.
Oh, word.
and I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
like.
No.
I don't have these kind of conversations, and I'm not going to start having these conversations for the podcast. To me, it's just cringe.
Yeah, I mean, I would never do anything just for the content, but I do think rap is, no one. I don't think other genres offer the same level of like you can't really compare.
Yeah,
Where
but
it's like,
I just think it's like a common thing though, like in media, to like over inspect the stuff that we cover because we need to make content.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
let's talk about this to a level that actually is like not really useful to our audience so that we can make as
Definitely
much
comes
content
from
as
sports.
possible. Yeah. Sports is like,
where it
they
really-
do it like when I watch a fucking basketball game, I'm astounded at the number of stats that they have about things that I never would have fucking thought of in a million years. But I mean, they need something to
Bro,
talk about, you know?
This morning, yesterday, the Bills offensive coordinator, they lose the game, and he like takes his shit and like throws it down. He's like, fuck! He, like, then he breaks the tablet. And there was an article today from some guy being like, this will haunt him for the rest of his career. It will follow him everywhere he goes.
Wow.
Like you have to behave.
That's one thing I like about rap, though, is that you get away with like way more bad behavior. Like it's kind of like expected that men are gonna act like boors in,
it's like
in this
built in.
game. You
It's
know,
built
like
in and allowed.
like
It's the art.
It's
It's
one
just-
of like the last safe homes for like toxic masculinity in a lot of ways. you
Yeah,
know?
it is true.
That's true.
I do like that.
I think that's a big part of what attracts guys like us to it.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like that's why I think of it as a sports. It's like
Yeah.
it's competing, and it's usually. I mean, right now there's always a couple chicks, and right now like girls are kind of almost dominating at least the commercial side of it.
Oh, they kill
Really?
it
But
now.
it's you don't think so?
Of what? Oh, of musically?
Yeah, like,
no,
fuck it.
nobody listens to
Nah.
that shit.
No, but I mean commercially. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Like,
Nah, that's
as
just
far
not
as,
selling.
None of them are
It's not selling?
Bro, it's
Really?
all
I
smoke and
would've
mirrors.
guessed that
They want you
they're
to think
all-
that Meg Thee Stallion's a
What do
top
you
5
mean?
rapper. and
Nicki
she's
Minaj just had a #1 again.
Okay, Nicki Minaj,
okay.
whose career has been on a pretty much downfall for the
Glorilla
last
just
few
had
years.
Glorilla just had three.
Don't get me
in
wrong.
the charts.
There's a couple
savior.
girls who can drop songs that are popping for sure.
Yeah.
Ice Spice is a popping song. Glorilla is a popping song. Who are the
No,
top selling artists? It's mostly
No, we're
dudes.
saying, I'm
Glorilla
saying
is the
top 20
savior
right
of-
now. There's more women dominating that than like the people
No.
that we look at.
There's a couple, but it's not more.
Glorilla
Okay.
is the savior of women rap. She is her and
She has
her
3 on the
homegirls-
Billboard
you
chart
don't think
right now.
now
Clit
that
riding.
There's more. You don't think there's more popular female rappers right now than
No.
like in the past?
No, if you were to look
more.
at Rap
Back in the
Caviar
day,
right now,
yes,
if you were to look at the top
Way more.
top artists right now, it would be like 20% girls, maybe 15%
But
girls.
that's,
like-
I mean, back in the day, it was like Foxy Brown and fucking Lil Kim, and like that's
That was it.
and
Right.
even them are like
And-
total
and Missy
historical
Elliott.
aberrations that like
Yeah.
really were not that popular for that long. It was like a couple years.
Really needed like someone like Jay-Z or Biggie or whatever. To
But
no,
then-
I'm saying it's still like that right now.
But in
it's a
2022,
little bit better. But
Nah.
no male has really dropped no anthem this year like the women are dropping.
Yeah, the bitches are dropping crazy songs.
They
what?
are.
FNF?
FNF is
You're
huge.
acting like there's
that's
not
all you
popular songs from dudes. This is
What's-
erasure.
I'm talking about in 2022. What is like a popular song a man put out?
Look
like
at Rap Caviar.
You're
You're telling me that no men have put out popular songs
No,
this
no,
year.
it's not that.
What
I'm
the
talking
fuck
about
are you
like,
talking
no,
about?
I'm talking about
Like,
that's
man.
that's going viral and
Yeah.
it's popping like crazy. And
Like the
there's
bro
a new
anthem.
artist coming out that's like going like FNF right now is probably the biggest new song from a new artist this year.
There's a
And
popular
then,
song,
and then
but-
it's Ice Spice coming out with that. Like there's nothing to that
What if
level
Ice
that men
Spice
have put
passes
out in
her up?
2022.
Do you guys actually like listen to all this and just naturally talk about it, or are you like, I gotta keep up with this album, I gotta keep up with this new artist, like for work?
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
There
I
are
mean,
times with sports.
I mean,
stuff
we
like
would
that,
know
just don't
about
fucking
Ice
care anymore.
Spice even if we didn't do a podcast, right?
Yeah,
Because it's
facts.
just like a viral thing. You would see her on Instagram, whatever. We're all gonna follow all these accounts and just kind of like talk
Know
about
about
that
it.
What
shit.
male is viral for like a song right now?
You want me to look at
Look it
Rap
up.
Caviar
Who's the
right
most-
now and tell you a
Look it up.
popular?
I feel like the only person that you could say is as viral as Ice Spice or as
know where
Glorilla
this
is
going.
Yeet.
See, I knew you was gonna say
For
that.
real. Yeet sold more
What
than
the fuck are you
Lil.
talking about? You doesn't have any viral songs.
Bro, he
What
doesn't
song is
need.
viral right
He
now?
doesn't need to have a viral
Jack
song.
Harlow. Jack Harlow is probably like the biggest artist come out the last year. Or two.
Jack Harlow's song is not as viral as.
It's not.
Okay, but I'm saying he's a bigger artist.
Yeah, he's also white.
Bro, you're tripping.
You see? Like,
Yeah,
it's like
I'm just
he
saying.
just runs back into the
I'm
same
just-
corner over
I'm
and
just
over and
saying.
over.
Facts.
That's it. You got to throw that in there.
What does that have to do with this conversation? I didn't know we were having a racialized
No,
conversation.
but even that song is not as viral as these songs that's coming out. But Jack Harlow's dope as fuck though. But I'm just saying, give me a male who came out with a crazy
Bro,
viral
I just
song.
did.
Bro,
No,
Yeet-
that's an industry song. That's not
Yeet
the
Yeah,
sold
like-
more than
That's
that.
somebody,
Organic
somebody getting
fucking-
a,
you
I'm
don't
talking
think
about,
FNF's an industry song?
no, this is somebody who came from the fucking
that
bottom
shit- that
and
shit
this
did
year
come
made the song just blew the fuck up.
That was a hood
Jack
ass-
Harlow has been out for a long period of time.
That nigga been rapping
before
since
he got
2015.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
You don't think Glorilla was rapping for a couple years too?
No, nobody knew who Glorilla was last year.
Okay, Jack Harlow, nobody knew who he was 2 years ago.
No, Jack Harlow's
not
been
true.
out since like
He
2015,
been rapping for a
2016.
long
He
time.
wasn't popular.
He was getting
was
there.
also
You
though.
just keep changing the conversation. to
He's white. He's white.
But he's
Hey.
white.
What I'm saying
He was on
is
some
he
underground
had
shit.
underground projects. He was working to where he got to his
Yeah.
career right now. Glorilla hasn't had nothing. She just
just
started
dropped that.
rapping.
What does this have to do with what we were talking about? I'm just saying that
We're
the
saying there's
idea,
no viral
the-
songs by men
okay.
as big as these songs right now.
He
That was the
said
thing.
when you look at the top 20 of musicians
said
in the rap game, oh, he said
But no, I just
that,
said
that
popular,
most
like-
of them are female. That is not true.
No, he didn't say
that. That is not true at all.
is
Say that.
unequivocally
There's
not
no
true.
song-
I'm saying there are more.
There's more of a resurgence
successful
of female.
rappers
Exactly.
right now than in past
No.
generations.
No. Oh, that in the past, yes. There's more now.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
to
not
begin
more than
with.
men.
No, but I'm
Not
saying
more
that
than- there's
the
never
idea
been
that
more
like
chicks
they're
than men.
dominating the game when actually it's maybe like what, like 10%.
No,
There's
but
not
I
a lot
think-
of male new
I
artists
think
coming out that are
commercially,
doing it.
like you guys are so deep in this world. I'm
Right.
talking about like just like surface level top 40 type music. With my people, it's gonna be a lot more chicks than dudes these days.
We got.
Oh yeah,
more,
yeah.
you know what I
but
mean?
but that's how Spotify is
fucking
like
Megan Thee
brainwashing
Stallion
you to
and-
think that Meg Thee Stallion is like
yeah,
the most popular rapper
And that
in the
may be
world.
Not
true.
at
That's
all.
where you guys would know
They
more.
give
but
her
I'm
the
saying a
awards.
lot of
They put her on
people are-
magazine covers. They're trying to
Dude, she was
convince you
talking
that
to
she's
fucking
that
Hillary
popular.
Clinton the other day.
I know.
Did you
Fucking
see
nuts.
that
That's just
shit?
crazy.
Why is a little baby talking to Bill Clinton?
Yeah, that's what we really.
That
need.
would be funny if just at the
About
same
getting
time
head.
they're
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
painting and the baby and fucking
Bill Clinton
Spiller
spills
inside
his
drinking.
guts about Monica Lewinsky, the little
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, we need that.
I would watch that shit.
I would watch
Get
that.
that on the podcast.
I'm not watching AOC talk to Meg Thee Stallion or whatever the fuck Spotify is trying to get me to watch
Fucking Hillary and Chelsea talking to Megan Thee Stallion.
about their
That's
periods or some shit. Yeah, I'm all right.
I love it. All right, boys. I appreciate you coming through.
Appreciate
my
you,
man.
dog.
Thank you
This
so
This was
much. That
fucking
great.
tight, man.
I would.
No,
I would love to sit there and talk fucking.
Oh, you know,
Rap
House Phone-
forever,
Where's
so-
Tico, Texas? That's House Phone's boo.
Oh my
that's
God.
that's the homegirl.
Tico.
relax.
You know Tico?
Yeah, back from LA.
Bro,
man.
that was. We got to talk about that for a minute. That was very funny. That was
what
me.
happened?
So
She's part of this
2000,
enterprise.
Yeah, I know that.
2014, 15. I had this running joke. I think it was my fiance at the time loved Ariana Grande. So the joke was always that like I have her back. I love Ariana Grande too. They break up. Big Sean and her break up, and I made some sort of comment like, of course, because Ariana Grande is a superstar and Big Sean's not. Whatever. I like Big Sean. I was just talking shit. Tico responds to me on Twitter. She just found it through whatever. Starts talking crazy shit about me because she's like Big Sean's fucking biggest fan. And credit to her, she like talked to I think my fans and my boss here, who me and him have like a feud where we always talk shit. She figures out some things about me. She makes a diss track making fun of me.
As you do.
So she makes a diss track making fun of me. And so then I made one back.
Shut the fuck
And
up.
so we had like this little rap
Drop the
beef.
bars?
I had
This is how you
spit
guys
bars, yes. And then my boss attempted to make his own song. He doesn't exactly have great flow, let's say, so it was a little more engineered, his song. But yeah, me and Tico had a rap beef in like 2015.
What the
That's
It was
fire.
very funny.
But that's how you guys met.
yeah.
And then how did she end up getting hired from that?
So she's after that happened, she was always like a character in our world, kind of.
Yeah, in the Barstool
And
community.
I mean, when I first started like beefing with her, she had some popularity because I don't know, that's just how Barstool works. Like people who hate
Yeah.
me love her, and I told her I was like, you should make a show called the Tico 10, where you just list off 10 things and talk about it. Like I don't know, what, 7 years later. She
Damn.
comes to Barstool and does that. So the
Fire.
real reason is because my boss hates me and she hates me, so those two
so
link
that's
up.
how they bonded together.
Yeah,
Smart
but man, that
businessman.
shit was funny. As far as like a white kid who grew up loving rap music to be in a rap battle was fun. It was fun shit. It was probably the corniest shit you guys would ever hear, but it was fun.
I'm definitely about to look that up as
Yeah,
soon as we
there's
leave here.
no way that we're playing it now because that would be mortifying.
got
but
you, I
I'll
got
send
you.
it to you guys afterwards. You can listen to it.
Oh,
It's
bro,
Fire.
I'm on
funny. It was
YouTube
very
as soon
funny.
as we get out of this chair.
Spotify just took it down, by the way. I don't know why that happened.
What
Weird.
was it? The beat or something you used?
I know, because that shit was all original and everything. I don't know. Anyway, No Jumper. You're trying to sell these tickets, so where can people get tickets to the live shows?
It's like tomorrow, so
Right. But I mean, in general.
oh,
like,
nojumper.com if you want
NoJumper.com
to tap
for
in with us
everything,
or
podcasts,
search it up on
live
YouTube.
shows, all that shit.
Yeah.
All right, boys, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.